Don't be scared of doing things. Anyway, so check out the story. The guy, he loses his mommy, chas v'shalom, and he decides, I want to do something for my mother, Leilu Nishmat. So he goes to the rabbi, and he says to the rabbi, Rabbi, what can I do, Leilu Nishmat, my mother? So the rabbi says, I got advice for you. One thing. He says, every Shabbat, before Shabbat, turn the lights off in the fridge. So, turn the lights off in the fridge. Why? He says, when you open the fridge and the lights turn on, it's like you turn on the lights. A pasik reshe, bad news. So what should you do? Turn off the lights before Shabbat. On Shabbat, at least you open the fridge, you're not turning on lights. The guy says, you know what, that's a great idea. He goes home 1 week, he turns off the lights. Next week, he turns off the lights. Third week, turns off the lights. He's sitting, he says to himself, I don't get it. These lights I turn off in the fridge. But these lights I'm turning on and off all day. He says, I can't do that. So what does he do? He calls an electrician. He says, I need you to put timers all over my house. He installs timers all over the house. 1 week he goes, he sets up the timers. Now he turns off the fridge light. And he puts all the lights on timers. Now he's not turning on and off lights. He's sitting, 3 weeks go by, and he says, yeah, I'm not turning on the lights, but I'm still turning on and off the television. He decides, you know what, now I'm going to turn the television on before, I'm also going to put the television on a timer. Ken? What a catastrophe. Ken? But he puts it on the timer. He says, I'm not going to touch the television. Television's on. Baruch. He's making kiddush. Yeah! Baruch. God forbid. But he said, that's where he was, right? That's where he was. A few more weeks go by, and the guy says, I don't understand. The lights I turned off on the fridge. The lights in the house I put on a timer. He says, I'm watching television on Shabbat. This is disrespectful to my mother. He decides, I'm not going to watch TV anymore on Shabbat. He gets rid of the television. He doesn't watch TV anymore. He comes to the rabbi, he shakes his hand, he says, Rabbi, I want to thank you. What are you thanking me for? You got me to keep Shabbat. How did I get you to keep Shabbat? You told me to turn off the lights in the fridge. From the little light bulb in the fridge, came the lights in the house, came the electricity in the house, came the television, came everything else. Now he's a full-fledged Shomer Shabbat Jew. He doesn't drive, he doesn't do bad things, etc. Why? From a little detail. And we have to learn from the story. Many times you want to do something good, we want the big picture. We don't like little details, and that's a big mistake. Go for the little details. You could keep Shabbat a little bit, keep it a little bit. Do what you can do. I once had a student, he knows what I'm talking about. He used to take classes in Queen's College. You heard of that place, Queen's College? So I tell him at night, you're not taking classes. At night, keep Shabbat. What's the point? I'm going to break it tomorrow. I said, what are you saying? Imagine you have a court case against you for 1 act of felony, and another guy has a court case for 10 acts of felony. Who's better off?
1 act.
Vadai! What's the question? Just because I want to break Shabbat in 86 weeks from now doesn't mean I have to break Shabbat today. What does it have to do with anything? If something's going to happen then, what does it have to do with anything today? Today I can keep Shabbat. Now I can keep Shabbat. Now I don't need my phone. Now I'm going to keep Shabbat. What time is candle lighting? 8 o'clock. I'm not going to blow up my phone. I'm not going to turn on all the lights. What's going to happen tomorrow? I'll worry about it tomorrow. For now, I'm not going to do it. Why? Now I can keep the Shabbat. Now I'm going to keep the Shabbat. A little act, you'd be surprised how much power you have in that little act. How much momentum you can gain from that little act that you say, I'm going to keep for 5 hours, for 10 hours, for 20 hours. Eventually, you're going to keep the whole Shabbat, and you're going to see its beauty, how unbelievably sweet it is, and how it's a family day, how it's a connection day. The Goyim don't have it. He gave it to us, the Jewish people, only to us. And you hear that so that we will utilize its power, we'll connect to our children, we'll grow as people. Amen.